Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, The Wealthy Mindset. It's yours truly, Money Making Mitch. And as usual guys, this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence and research. I have to apologize. I don't know what happened. You guys are right. It looks like just when I moved the mic, my audio got cut off on the last video. I do apologize for that. I'm not touching this mic this time, but hopefully this one goes right. Basically what I was saying is most people are always saying, Mitch, you don't give any doom and gloom. And I always said I don't give doom and gloom. I always see buying opportunities. This is the first time I see something that could potentially affect us. And that's why I'm doing a video on it, because we have to keep our eyes on this. I don't believe that this will cause us to have to sell our shares, but it proves that battery as a service is superior, is the reason why we're going to dominate, and it's the only practical solution for EVs. Just like Neil deGrasse said, the famous American physicist said recently, that in America, a lot of people have range anxiety, just like throughout the world, except in China, because we have NIO battery swap stations. And we saw during the Chinese holidays where they were physically fighting to get their cars charged whilst our guys were swapping and going. So it is a fact that this is the only practical solution for EVs, even though Yahoo, Bloomberg, and the Western media spins it to make you think, oh, it's not that big of a deal, but they know how important it is. This is the type of market manipulation and viciousness that we're dealing with. Now, before I get into the video, let me also say this. Lucid, I read recently, and I hope it's accurate news that I read, they got booted out of the NASDAQ. Remember, Prince William Lee said that after the dust is settled, only a few will remain. The race is not for the swiftest, but for the ones who can endure. Okay, so NIO is trading at $7.44 this morning. It's 6 cents up. The 52-week low is $7 and the high is $6.18. As a disclaimer, I hold 2,260 shares at $3.53. And on the SoFi platform, I hold another 401 shares at $8.99. My son has over 1,500 shares. Now, his average is around $12. So what I want to talk about that I believe that we have to keep our eye on is Stellantis have teamed up. This is the company owned by Chrysler, has teamed up with Ample, which is an American company that is now doing battery swaps. Yes, you heard me right. And they can switch out the battery in about 8-10 minutes. So NIO is currently swapping out around 3 to 5 minutes. However, we have to keep our eye on this company, guys. They have realized, and they probably knew this for a long time. A lot of American companies know, like I said, that the battery as a service will be the game changer. They will, NIO is planning to bring it down to 1 minute by 2025. Come up with a system, I guess it'll be like clamps, where, you know, it'll be able to remove and replace even faster. But this company, like I said, they're going to be going into Spain, I believe in 2024, in order to roll out this business model. Now, this doesn't happen overnight, right? You saw how long it took us. Well, it didn't take us long. We have over 2,000 battery swap stations in China. And now with the partnerships, we're going to be like just building out stations probably 2-3 times as fast next year. So the competition is late in China against us. We're already in Europe. But let me say this, guys. Also, Stellantis is basically a junk company, right? They make inferior EVs compared to NIO. So that's another reason why I think we don't have to worry to that extent. But Ample claims that they can change out from small cars to big delivery trucks, as well as full range of different type of vehicles, without asking the partner to make any changes to the vehicle. That I find the CEO, maybe he misspoke, but I can't see how you're going to have a technology that would be able to swap out for different EVs. I think he overstretched when he spoke on that aspect. You must retrofit your design to the design of the battery swap station. That's just common sense. However, I say this, we still have to pay attention that they are getting into the game. Now, another good aspect for us is we're not just putting battery stations, we're putting a lifestyle where if you break down, we come and rescue you with battery as a service. They are charging $13 per swap. So we're still ahead of the game on them by the time they build out to be able to offer battery as a service, because they're not offering battery as a service just yet because they have a limited amount of these stations, very limited. And in fact, they don't have any in Europe at the time of this recording. So if we allow them, and if we don't expand quickly enough in Europe, we're going to lose market share, right? A certain amount of market share. We will still dominate because, I said, battery as a service, we will rescue you if you break down on the side of the road. So this is something, guys, that we have to look at. And I'm sure Prince William Li and NIO is aware of what's going on. And that's why we have the partnerships with Geely, with Chang'an. That's why we have the partnerships. Like he said, we're in talks with several other companies, not a few, several, that will have to bend the knee to us. Because another thing that's different to us, to Ample, is our stations check the health of the battery, right? So right here in America, in Europe, batteries are catching fires in the car because of the health of the batteries not being checked. And that's why the Chinese government said these batteries have to be checked. They passed that law. And this is why a lot of them are jumping in now with us, because our stations automatically check the health of the battery, which is, again, we're ahead of Stellantis. We're ahead of Ample, in that field where our technology is superior. And that's going to cause a lot of people to go with us instead of Ample. So we still need, and let me say this, with those several companies getting ready to bend the knee to us, most likely they're going to be some of them European companies like Mercedes, like Audi, like Porsche, etc., etc. So where are they stationed? In Europe, right? Even though they are also making cars in China. This is going to give us a beautiful foothold and revenue as they partner up with us in Europe to build out these stations. We're going to be building them at a mind-boggling pace next year when this happens. So even though this is a little bit of doom and gloom for us, I still see where we're going to dominate in Europe, in China, in Australia, in Canada, in America. We just have to hit these shores quickly. And I'm hoping next year is when, I'm pretty sure we're going to go into Australia and England next year. But I'm hoping Canada and America by next year, man. So I hope you guys found this video informational. If you did, guys, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet subscribed, you might want to think about doing so, because in this channel, guys, we have that warrior mindset where we get rich or we die trying, guys.